This is time for a revolution. It's time for it, and they don't even know that's what they're starting. You know, some very rich old white men are exerting their power to suppress our own people, thus creating a feeling of civil war in the streets, preparing the haters to hate, teaching them how to shoot. They're not even trained right, to kill. This is all a preparation for a very insidious problem that's happening in our world. And for me, I have to speak out that we will not be iced out. This is not going to happen. They can't take us all down. If the whole world showed up on Putin's doorstep or on the Iranian's doorstep or in Washington, it would they'll kill 550 million, however, but the rest of us would survive with this is time for a revolution. It's time for it, and they don't even know that's what they're starting. But we have to be strong enough to know that we can change the world. We have to change it from within. So if I'm spiritually ready and right, you know, and I'm ready to understand other people and to agree to disagree with them and say, okay, let's find the solution together, then that starts to change things. Not by deporting immigrants, not by killing brown and even white people on the street. It's crossing over now, and believe me, this is gonna really spark the nature of so many people who are gonna show up and say, no more. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
How is that for champagne socialism? He thinks he's being relatable, but in reality, all he's doing is showing how out of touch with the rest of us he really is. It's really rich that he can talk this way, as if all of these issues that the rest of us face when it comes to illegal immigration and crime don't affect him. And of course they don't affect him, because he is a celebrity. He lives in his giant mansion in these gated communities. Celebrities, they have, their private security, so he doesn't have to worry about what's actually happening in real America. Of course, that is Giancarlo Esposito. He played Gus Fring on Breaking Bad. He was the drug lord on that show, and apparently he wants to be the warlord in real life. Again, elitism. He's talking about a mass revolution. Oh, they can't kill all of us. Obviously, he's not going to be on the front lines of this revolution. Okay, so 50 million people can die for this so-called revolution, but he's going to be one of the ones to come out stronger on the other side. He's going to be the one to benefit. How brave of him to speak out about all of these injustices. And there he goes again, just what the Democrats have been doing over the last 10 years, comparing President Trump to the worst people in the world, claiming he's a dictator, an authoritarian. In just that clip, he compared him to Vladimir Putin in Russia, or what's happening in Iran. As if President Trump is as bad as the extremist government that has slaughtered at least 40,000 of its citizens for protesting. Yeah, the number is now 40,000. Hopefully, President Trump keeps his word. I am praying and crossing my fingers that things are happening behind the scenes, and it appears that way with the Armada now in the Middle East. But for Giancarlo to claim with a straight face that President Trump is as dangerous as the governments that have killed tens of thousands of their citizens, it would be laughable if it weren't for the fact that it's such an insidious claim. But it's not just Giancarlo. This mind virus has appeared to infect Hollywood. We've known that Hollywood is woke, but they have just reached a whole new level. Kathy Griffin is now telling her fans, I can't believe I'm saying that. I don't think she has any fans. Maybe she does. She thinks she does. She's telling her fans to check and see if their neighbors are MAGA. So let me get this straight. The Democrats are mad that you have to prove your citizenship to live here in America, but they want to impose these political purity tests. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Check and see if your neighbors are MAGA. Here's Kathy Griffin. And again, I think her words are just as insidious as Giancarlo's.
Those of you that are awake, that see what's going on, what do you think the solution is? I think the murder of Renee Good, the murder of Alex Preddy, putting children on planes and taking them to detention centers, which are really concentration camps. Call it what it is. They're concentration camps in the United States of America in 2026. So take that in, and I know you don't want to participate in something radical. I don't either. I wish I could just go on the road and do my funny stories about celebrities or making fun of politicians, but not even have to acknowledge this. But it is happening all around you. It's happening around you. I live in Los Angeles. It's happening at targeted places in Los Angeles. And And I think it's time to talk to the neighbors in real life. It's time to talk to your neighbors, find out if they're MAGA or not. Sorry, but we have to know who's on our team and start to plan. Is there a way we can do something as a community? When I hear from my followers in Minnesota, they describe a very sophisticated channel of a system of things that they do to help one another. And they use encrypted apps, and like I said, everyone has whistles and honks their horn, but they organize in small groups. And they have told me that they learned this from the George Floyd incident, because George Floyd was murdered 20 blocks away from these other murders, roughly. And so they said they learned a lot from that experience. So I'm just telling you guys, live your life, but be conscious of this. And if you're silent, you're complicit. Sorry, I know I'm being a judgy bitch, but that's how I feel. Here I am being preachy.
How has she gotten even crazier than she already was? Also, it's a choice to have one of your wigs just hanging out in the background on a mannequin head. It's kind of creepy, kind of weird. I don't know, maybe she was planning on changing it out after she shot that video. But yeah, what exactly is she insinuating here? Find out if your neighbors are MAGA so we know who's on our side? It sounds to me like she thinks she's some general commander similar to Giancarlo Esposito. Again, they're not going to fight on the front lines of this revolution that they want so badly. They're going to tell the people crazy enough to listen to them to do the fighting for them, because they think that they can come out on top of this, somehow victorious, make some sort of statement. I don't know what their end game is here, but clearly these are narcissistic, unserious people, and they're going to get others killed. It's because of them that the leftist radical base has been brainwashed into going out there, putting their lives in danger. It's only going to be a matter of time, unfortunately, until there's another Renee Good, until there's another Alex Petty. And it's because of people like Kathy Griffin, because of people like Giancarlo Esposito, who are firing up these radicals and giving them the false sense that they are part of something bigger than themselves. Now, my favorite celebrity meltdown in all of this is actually from John Leguizamo. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sure you're probably familiar with this actor, but he's definitely not a household name. And the funny part is, so his call to fame, he's been in a lot of movies, but to me, the biggest movie he's been in, he's the voice of Sid, the sloth, the squirrel thing. I think it's, I don't know. Okay, I just Googled it. Yes, it is a sloth. Sid the Sloth in Ice Age. He thinks people see his movies because of him, because of his name.
If you follow ICE, unfollow me. Don't come to my shows and don't watch my movies.
No worries, brah. I wasn't following you anyways. I had no intention of going to your shows. And guess what? I'm going to watch whatever movies I want to watch. Thank you very much. Now, the crazy part is, it's not just celebrities. They, of course, are getting their marching orders. They're taking the lead from the Democrat Party leaders. And that includes, now, the governor of New Jersey. She wants to become the next Tim Walz. Who in the world wants to become Tim Walz? She apparently wants to turn the state of New Jersey into the next Minnesota. Absolutely crazy. But before we get into that, I would like to thank the members of today's Governor's Club. They are Super Romer, Throwback Sports Videos, and Jason Odell. These are people who give tips and super thanks to the channel. I'm so glad that you're here, glad that you enjoy. But this is Mikey Sherrill admitting that she has created a portal, think of this, to track ICE agents. I know that there are already apps and groups that do this, but those are grassroots, those are citizens. This is a state-funded, in other words, a taxpayer-funded portal to track and endanger ICE agents. And she's talking about this openly. You can't make this stuff up.
I've already met with AG. We are putting out information on helping New Jerseyans know their rights. We are not going to allow any ICE raids to be staged from state properties. And we are also going to be standing up a portal so people can upload all their cell phone videos and alert people. Like, if you see an ICE agent in the street, get your phone out.
Yes.
We want to know. Because they have not been forthcoming. They will pick people up. They will not tell us who they are.
Right.
They will not tell us if they're here legally. They won't check. They'll pick up American citizens. They picked up a 5-year-old child. We want documentation, and we are going to make sure we get it.
Great.
Of course, she's thrown out disproven conspiracy theories, and they claim that we're the conspiracy theorists, but there she is spreading misinformation. And as we all know, she's not going to get fact-checked. She's not going to be canceled for saying that. If anything, it's only going to further her rising star in the Democrat Party, and that is a shame. As always, though, all of this is just my analysis and commentary. That's what's happening in the world of politics from my point of view, and I would love to hear from you. So why do you think celebrities get this involved and this passionate? Do you think they really believe this? Do you think it's a form of narcissism? Do you think it's just their ego? I get egos kind of tied into narcissism, but really, what is it? Like, what possesses you to speak out as someone not in politics, as someone who is unserious about policy, and think that you're going to command center this revolution where 50 million people are going to die? And he said that too. Giancarlo said that without any remorse, without any indication that he understands how serious that would actually be. 50 million dead Americans? How could you even say that on a red carpet? Just flippantly, oh, it's going to be a revolution, but I'm going to come out on the other side. Like, what possesses people to even say something that outrageous? It is something, quite frankly, I can't understand, but if you think you have insight into how their brains work, let me know down in the comments below. If you haven't already, please be sure to leave me a thumbs up. I know it's a simple thing to ask for, but it really does help you reach more viewers like you. I'm glad you guys finally got to see Hopper playing. He's usually in the other room or sometimes napping because he's still in that kitten and just rapid growth stage right now. So I am so thrilled that he is playing with all of his toys right now and you guys can see it. If you haven't already, be sure to smash that subscribe button and to check out one of these videos.